Cthulhu Jack.
Following the White Rabbit into the Bat's lair once again, this epic two-parter based on the original 1986 four-issue comic masterpiece.
The only thing Batman signifies is an aberrant psychotic force.
Written by Frank Miller, I was at the ripe old Cthulhu teenage when this emerged at the time. It very much captured the cultural zeitgeist while still holding relevancy today. My fellow great old ones and I used to kick around the idea of Clint Eastwood as the aging Bats for a live-action version. They would have been the same age back then.
Batman.
I'm talking about Batman, The Dark Knight Returns, Part 1, from 2012. Peter Weller voices the Caped Crusader and does not let you down.
If it's war they want, I've got just the thing.
10 years after the death of Jason Todd, taking place during the Reagan era.
Doesn't his return defy that arrangement?
Well, can't say I know what arrangement you're talking about.
In particular with Bats taking a lot of the heat.
It doesn't matter. It's their world and they won't stand for you anymore.
So he turned in his Batarang for Top Shelf instead. Pushing the limits of his current mortality, Bruce survives a typical near-death experience for himself, only to jar loose the forbidden fruit that relishes dormant in his veins. Sharing a half of a toast with Commissioner Gordon, who will be retiring in a month's time.
Let's just say I'm glad you survived Batman's retirement. And I was hoping you'd keep it that way.
This beautiful Art Deco webbed window detail telegraphs wonderfully the struggles these characters will soon weave. A new breed of baddies known as the Mutants are an interesting bunch to say the least.
Batman, he nasty. Toss Spike right through that side.
Deciding to pick a fight with Bruce only to piss off.
Oh no, can't do it when they into it. Blow this, let's go to the arcade.
Nightmare visions lead him into the heartbeat of it all.
Just remembering a promise, Alfred.
Which was?
Never again.
Flooding his subconscious further when one from the Rogue Gallery comes bobbing up from the past, showing off his new Spitshine mug.
Both sides match.
After making a briefly cured comeback,
the one-time district attorney, later known as Two-Face, immediately evaded supervision upon his release earlier today.
Being visited by an old friend, Bats revisits the darkened neighborhoods, delivering some of the greatest moments ever in the truest sense of watching a master at work. We land on a teen duo, Michelle and a newcomer to the Bat family, Carrie Kelly.
A little backbone, Michelle. Better in here than out there.
A gymnast and instant fan of The Dark Knight.
Good, you're alive.
Surrounded by the mutants, Bats uses the shadows to overpower them. Now out of danger, Bat swings in on a car chase already in progress. A rookie cop who's never seen the vigilante.
Up there, freaking weird.
You're gonna tell me or only?
Is nearly killed by one of Dent's goons. Once a broken goon is let out of the clink, Bats pays a visit.
You're also bleeding to death. So how quickly you decide to talk is up to you.
Upon some recent developments, Gordon strikes up fear into the hearts of man as the Bat signal once again lights up the Gotham night. Learning of 2 military copters stolen,
got to be Two-Face.
His lackey didn't know much, just that whatever Dent's planning, it goes down tomorrow night.
With the Gotham Life building being the chosen target, Dent and his cronies arrive in style, loaded up with a dual firework display and a new bandaged look. He threatens Gotham with everything crumbling down.
You have 22 minutes to save them, and my price is $22 million.
As Bats finishes up foiling one part of the plan,
What's happening?
Your favorite nightmare should last about an hour.
Time is slipping away when the devices are slated to go boom in less than 2. Diffused and Dent down for the count.
At least both sides match now, right? Look at me and have your laugh.
Dent psychologist Bartholomew Walper appears on a David Letterman-style late show to blame Batman for creating the villains he seeks to cleanse the city from.
I'm absolutely convinced of Harvey Dent's innocence, but that's not to say he hasn't returned to crime.
Having a listen is none other than the catatonic Joker who's been zonked out for a decade.
Batman, fellow. His psychoerotic behavior is like a net.
Hearing Bat's name flicks a switch in his old memory bank. Cultural debate of the Dark Knight's appearance hits the media with familiar tones.
Batman knows exactly what he's doing. His kind of fascist always does.
As Gordon takes down a young mutant, Carrie is inspired by the whirlwind of controversy circling the Batman. Cosplaying as Robin, she takes a moment to level up.
Some Robin.
Once Bats has broken up a kidnapping ring, he's hanging one of the mutant tough guys out to dry for some intel, learning of an arms deal between them and a general.
Nice way to end your career, General.
Bats rolls in with his Batmobile.
Mutants, surrender now or be destroyed.
To break up this dump of a party, taking on the top dog himself.
That it? You getting tired, old man?
Shut up.
After Bats takes a battering, while in the end aided by this new girl wonder.
Where'd you learn to do that?
With the mutant leader in prison.
How you doing, Mr. Mayor?
And with his ragtag army still holding together.
I'm counting on you, Jim. One last time.
With Gordon unlocking his cage to freedom, the mutant leader tumbles into Bat's trap only to be broken. And humiliated.
The mutants are dead. This is the new face of the law. We are the sons of Batman.
We're finally introduced to Ellen Yindel, who will be replacing Gordon.
The only thing I don't understand is how far apart we are on Batman.
Then let's not talk about Batman.
With Gordon retiring, the sons of the Batman born, and the Joker snapping out of his hibernation, join us for part 2. Until next time.
You see, Don? Batman nasty.
Thank you to our YouTube members and everyone out there for your continued support. And Hail Cthulhu!